Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to NFGL Live. Chris here. And we are kind of doing a little bit of an audible, so to speak. Let's see if I can pull up my voice chat while I'm here, in case Brohan comes up. We'll connect to that voice there. That'll work. Actually, no, let's not do that. I've got a laptop that I can use. So I'll use this for chat. Hello. Oh yeah, Mr. James. Oh. Oh yeah, so pretty much, because of how jacked up Jackbox is, we're gonna just go to my retro stuff. And we're gonna continue Panzer Dragoon Saga. And we'll keep that connected as well. So let's see here, select cheats. And what we're doing here is just, I'm using a memory card here in my Saturn in case I need to back up a save at all. So I have to enter in a particular cheat so I don't lock out of the game when I have this cart in there. That's pretty much it. Besides that, normal game. And it's game on. That sucks for Jackbox though. I was looking for some Jackbox stuff with the folks, but that did not happen. That's okay. We'll just continue on Panzer Dragoon Saga, which if I remember correctly, let's see here what I got item-wise. Yeah, item list, not be sold, protect key 1, so I protect key 1 right now. So a little ways to go back. For some context, James, so this is in the middle of a, I don't think I want to go there yet. Actually, no I don't. I'm going back right now. Been working on this RPG, or playing this RPG called Panzer Dragoon Saga on the Sega Saturn. Guy working for this empire as like a mercenary guy encounters this ancient monster thing in one of the mines they were sort of looking at because they pulled old technology out of said mines. And I later on get rescued by this dragon. This game, I mean, this is a game I've just known about, though I would say I'm not like, this is actually a burned copy of the game because it's like a $900 game, and I'm not spending $900 on a Sega Saturn game. So, Find It is a very tenuous sort of description of what we got here. But certainly, let's see here, looking for that one. Certainly known of it. The Panzer Dragoon series is a fairly well-known Sega series, starting with the Sega Saturn with some on-rails games, somewhat like Star Fox. Then they did this turn-based RPG. Should be able to target you. I thought. Here's the other one. I mean, I assume it's that, given how everything is, Jackbox sounded like a good idea to a lot of folks tonight, and just destroy those servers. That's pretty much it. That's okay. You know, we'll make do. But can I not do number 1 here? Yeah. And so you'll see some carryover of those mechanics from the on-rails type of games. chance to... I think it's a day I want, yeah. But yeah, some hold over those mechanics to try to turn them into turn-based mechanics for this game. And so you'll have to where the positioning is very important in the battle. You have certain kind of blasting abilities you can use, things like that. And then this idea of flight to go through your overworld maps. So you get this sort of sense of architecture and aesthetic for the world of the game on top of also playing the game. I should be able to target that. I think that's protect key 1. Maybe I just have to go back. Maybe I missed something in the other area. I made a fair amount of progress through this area previously, and then I died from the boss, so I'm trying to remember where I actually left off. Oh no, this is an aftermarket Sega Saturn controller, but I mean, let's see if I can pull up some decent footage or something. I mean, right there, I don't think that'll be in focus at all. Let me check the stream. It's kind of in focus. Just slow it down a little bit. I mean, right there. Wait for the latency to catch up. I mean, there's Sega Saturn. And as it be on my CRT. See how that looks for the chair. So no, this is all real hardware, man. There we go. Make sure it looks good on the stream. Yeah, we're good. All right. Oh yeah, so the Saturn came after the Genesis. Well, it came after the 32X and the Sega CD. Sega CD being Sega's very early attempt at a CD-based console. But with the Saturn, it was their first real attempt at a 3D capable console. I mean, you still do 2D, of course. You had some really beautiful 2D sprite games on the Saturn, but really I was trying to push this polygonal game sort of thing based on some arcade hardware that they had. Oh, I must have already used the key. That's what's up. Okay, that's why. So I technically already hit it. But yes, I agree. The music is very nice in this game. Absolutely. See if I can find where I'm supposed to go. What's interesting is that it says 3 keys, but I only use 2 keys as far as I know, unless there's another key that I'm not aware of. Which is very possible. Now, last time I was playing this as well, I ended up sort of overusing a new ability I had, which, as fun as that was, it really um, put me at disadvantage when I got to the later boss fight in this. So my attempt this time around is to not do that during the boss fight, or at least prior to the boss fight. It does look like another key because it is another key. No symptoms, luckily. I've been fairly exhausted, honestly, but that's probably the only thing. I don't know if that's related to COVID or if it's just father stuff, or there's been a lot of drama and stuff this past weekend too with in-laws and such, and so I don't know. It could be a number of things. Um, it certainly left me very unfocused for, among other things, work. So I don't know. I guess it's for me. Just I gotta get my bearings straight. But health-wise, we've been good. I mean, we've been very fortunate with that. The person that we were in contact with, they are recovering well, which is good. I mean, timeline-wise, we're kind of getting close to where if we were going to have symptoms, we'd start displaying them based on when we first had contact. So we'll see how that goes still. But it won't be till probably Wednesday. That's when we'll know for sure. Where am I at? BP. I would really like to recharge my BP. Can I get another fight somewhere? I almost want to go like to a town or something and get some items. Yeah, of course I lost network connection. Why wouldn't I? Let's see here. I think that's primarily where I want to go. I want to see if I can leave this area real quick and maybe get into an easy fight where I can just recharge my stats. Because at this point, that's what I'm going to need to do. Let's see if it lets me leave the area. So this area. This village, camp. Yeah, I want to go to this place. I think I get to a fight there. Right on. Yeah, it's been like luckily we've been pretty set on groceries and such. We did pretty good with that. What's going on here? Uh-huh. Huh. Oh, I guess I'm not of a sophisticated enough dragon level to do much else with that. This might be something I have to do after the boss fight that's upcoming. Though, again, I was hoping to get into another fight here. Maybe I can't. Can I enter this at all again? There's a lot of red up ahead. Interesting. Yeah, this might be something I do after boss fight. Sure as heck can't do anything about it right now. Okie dokie, Smokey. Well, never mind about this area. Yeah, let's do this area. Hopefully I don't regret going to the valley here. Oh, I have to put in disc 1 maybe? Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Oh, I guess it lets me in. Cool. So this is one of the beginning areas of the game. I just came over here mostly because I wanted to, again, try to get into a fight. I'm trying to get some free health and, what they call BP, Berserk points, but it's essentially the magic system in the game. And what should happen is, as my meters down there increase, I should increase in BP, and I have a healing spell I can use. Such as this. So just trying to get some free stats. Because I'm cheap. There we go. And part of it too, that's how my dragon is spec'd right now, to where when his action meters fill up, he'll recharge BP. Let's go to Ancient Recording Device. I guess it doesn't just take me there. Crap. Which means I may have to go through all of this again. Oh, I can't just break that. Darn. Nope, can't break any of those. I'm assuming what those circles mean is that I have to be, because you'll notice laser rank, it has a particular circular meter of some kind, and that goes up as I gain new forms for my dragon, I believe. I think those correspond with some of those highlights I was doing on the environment where you saw like a full green circle or partial, meaning that I'd have to be of a certain laser rank to actually interact with that item in some way. That is my assumption. See, look at all those beautiful graphics. 'Twas the 90s. Man. Fly, fly, fly. Must keep on flying. Oh, yeah. So, what's interesting too is that and you may have seen YouTube videos about this. I think it's been out and about probably the past, I'd say probably 6 months. There have been a lot of videos about it. How composite video will use dithering to generate more colors to display than what the system was actually capable of doing, just because of artifacting and such that would happen with composite signal. And I'm actually using RGB Scout with this RGB Scout right now. So we're actually getting a better quality signal than what would typically be available on the Sega Saturn, which means some of the dithering, we're not going to get the desired effect all the time that you would expect. Meaning that you're going to see some of the dithering attempted, but not actually accomplishing its goal of blending color or creating transparency. Hence why you see the checkered dithering there. Also, every battle is ranked, and the rank of the battle determines the amount of money and experience you get in a battle. It goes from like excellent to I think near escape. So close call is like one above the worst, but all that determines the ranking is time spent in the battle, damage taken. I think there's like one other thing, but that's more or less what's used. See, since I got them a lot quicker, great fight, and I got some items. So, there you go. What's very interesting to me is that this is actually an area that was on disc 1. This is a 4-disc game. And the fact that they made it still available on disc 2 is... well, it's fascinating to me, because I guess, does that mean that... I guess I'm trying to figure out then how... would they just have... yeah, exactly. Exactly, for the gradients, exactly. I'm just curious if they probably leave some of this content behind for... in between discs for this very reason. And so, is there any content that's not going to be on certain discs when doing this? Or is there going to be a point in the game where I actually leave an area and can't access it again, hence no disc swap? So I was expecting a disc swap here, but apparently not. Alright, let's see if we can get to this boss battle. They do. For this one, it was after the boss battle for that area, I believe, is when I had to switch discs. Was it? I think so. It may have been a little bit after that, but it wasn't too far away from that particular battle. It was like 5 hours into the game. So I want one of those two, and I think I want the one on the right. Did I not destroy your leader? It's not. Is that your leader? I don't know which one your leader is. I'm just going to blast you guys then. I know you're anti-laser, but... maybe you don't have a leader. Yeah, I'm not going to just sit here and do like the slowest method possible. I have no interest in that. And I'm trying to save up my health and BP for the boss. There we go. Oh, man. Let's see here. Let's go a little further north here. Oh, they're trying to change position, possibly for an attack. You'll notice there's like a radar sort of looking thing on the bottom of the screen. The green areas mean that an enemy cannot attack me in that area. It might be a blind spot to them, something along those lines. Here we go. You'll see it more in better action here. Red typically means that it's an area that is to the advantage of the enemy to attack me. Usually means critical damage of some kind. See. This also means that certain positions might expose a weak point to the enemy, like what I'm doing right there. So there's many of the enemies, as well as myself, look to change positions to usually to gain an advantage of some kind. Like right here is a weak spot for this machine, but the gimmick is that he has this moving arm that moves very frequently to try to get to a spot to do critical damage to me, so I have to always keep moving so he doesn't attack me. But then when he rests, he actually has this thing where his weak spot's exposed, but he can shoot rockets that poison me. I am the yellow dragon on the radar. The cursor you see in the middle of that circle is the enemy. So part of the game also becomes, like, when you move to change position yourself, your meters will not fill up, and thus it's sort of like, how to put it, you're at a bit of a disadvantage when you're moving as opposed to waiting for someone to move into a position. Thus what ends up happening is, like, you see how they'll kind of move ahead of me there? It's my advantage to actually let them move instead of me, so then I can have first opportunity to launch an attack, as well as my meters also fill. So you have that aspect of the combat as well, where you're sort of trying to work out where's the best place for you to start charging a particular attack, as well as avoid being put at a disadvantage and to have be able to work the turn economy in your favor, pretty much. Because, like most turn-based games, it's about turn economy. I'm assuming their weak spot's going to be in the front. So I'm just going to... Let me charge up. Yeah, of course that's going to get me. Boo. And I'm also refraining from using my special abilities because I'm trying to keep my BP up before that boss battle that comes up, because that's going to be... When I played it last time, it was tough. I think that gets rid of most of their homing missiles. Should be able to now charge. I might even get a heal in here if I get a chance. I'm trying to keep myself as optimal as possible. Yes, this would be, unlike other turn-based RPGs, it's not party-based, so it's just me, as far as I know. I don't know if maybe they're going to throw a surprise at some point where I get members for a party, quote-unquote, but I haven't seen it happen yet. Do it for him here. Yeah, there we go. This Reaper thing again. Out. There we go. Now just wait for that to charge. His arm will come back up, and then we're going to blast the front of this thing. Blast, blast, blast. And now for the dragon himself, we have two different flavors of attack, for at least the primary attack. There's the laser, which is what the dragon is sort of shooting out there, is like multiple shots. They're a stronger attack, and they hit multiple times, though they only hit sort of groupings that are closest nearby, so you don't get to really pick your targets all the time. The pistol, weaker attack, and a single attack, but you get to choose who you attack. So that's kind of the check and balance with that. I see with ignition, that's them spinning up those homing missiles. Clear that up. See if we blow up some of these missiles. crap. I should have just moved out of the way. That hurt. That also hurt. Show me that out the side here. That's not working out for me. Let's get a heal in. The dragon transforms over time. And then along with that, you get to, how do you think here? You get to, oh, did you already launch that missile? Okay, well fine, I'll just blast it in the front then. Along with that, you get to actually change different qualities of your dragon to be either higher defense versus higher evasion, and then higher attack versus higher magic. To sort of add some customization there. And as you can see, that impacts what you get in terms of leveling up and all of that. Trying to prevent me from breaking the seal. Something like that. Alright, let's go to my map. But I am actually going to hit the save spot here since I finished up that battle, and in case I die, I don't want to redo all that again. So, like, for instance, I can go to Dragon type. And you see you have the dragon, and you have this little diamond in the center. Well, inside that circle. I'm not going to move it right now because I'm kind of at a good spot where I like. But you use that to change what sort of statistical values you have for attack, defense, spirit, and agility. And then based on what you're weight heaviest in, you'll be spiritual or attack or defense or agility based. And that helps determine what attacks you get, which are called the berserk abilities, aka your magic abilities. As well as when you have a full bar meet, like those 3 bars you use for actually spend on attacks, when those fill up, depending on the type of dragon you are, a different effect happens. Either increased defense or you recharge magic, which is what I'm using right now. I think 1 refills health. This is disc 2 right now, yeah. I have the feeling I'm getting pretty close to the end of disc 2. Yeah, I'll save. I'm only like 5 hours. Maybe I just changed to disc 2. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, maybe I'm just now in disc 2 because I'm only 5 hours in. I think it was around the 5-hour mark I switched discs. So I may have been lying to you into thinking that I'm almost done with this disc. I'm probably not just done with this disc. I'm a bad liar. Alright, let's go break this seal and maybe win a battle. Let's find out. This battle was especially challenging because of a particular attack that does massive damage. I think I know how I can counter it. I might try that out here, but we'll see how it really goes. That's the second one. What? Pretty much, yeah. So this boss has 2 forms. The first form, he has 2 engines on the sides, and this thing that shoots a lightning attack out. It does over half of the total health I have when it hits, and it always hits when it fires. The second form then is once the engines are down, he detaches and you can attack just the body. I think you can also target that top part as well, but I don't know if it's to my advantage to attack one over the other first. But at the very least, the big, massive lightning pain stops. However, over time, he joins back up when the engines recharge. We go back to Form 1. So the biggest obstacle here is going to be dealing with the first form and that lightning attack he does. I think if I focus my attacks on that top portion, I might be alright. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. I may have to focus on those engines, which was a particular attack I was using to do just that. Also, you'll notice my hair is a lot shorter now. I ended up cutting my own hair while here, which worked out for the most part, though it's a bit patchy in the back. My hair was long. I was tired of it being long. Can't have that all the time. Alright, boss dude, you want to fight? Let's fight. Yeah, this attack sucks. I don't think it's doing jack all to that guy, which is not good. Crap. Oh, believe me, it wasn't out of, like, choice. Well, I mean, it was my choosing, but it wasn't my first option. I was like, I need a haircut. Alright. Crap, that was not the attack I wanted to do. Shoot. That used up... Dangum it. That used up some of my turns there. I did not want to do that. Let's see how much damage I do with this. Okay. I hope. Like, I saw it looked like kind of like my bullets were bouncing off of the top of him, which I wasn't a big fan of that part. Okay, but I think I know what I'm going to do here. I think I got a strategy. Before I was trying to just do this huge damage output with my magic. There we go. But I think it's going to be more reliable to just use my normal attacks here for these engines. Can I target that tail? No. Alright. Now he separates. Yeah, watch this garbage. So he does this. And what this will do, this will actually paralyze me, which I actually should have moved. That's okay. Actually, we're okay. So he sets up this, so if I don't remove my paralysis, he's just going to blow me away. Luckily for me, I have an item for this. That's why I held on to that 1 meter there. Let's see here, I think it's free action? Yeah. Then he does this. Which that would have just torn me up. We can't have that. The status is the status of my particular dragon, because he can get either stopped, aka he can't move, poisoned, as in I take damage over time. I think there's a few other ones besides that, but those are kind of the ones I've encountered usually. Oh, really? He's doing the I-beam again? Interesting. I've never seen him do it twice. I get some more hits in then. Cool. See, like right now my stats is stopped because he has a stop condition on me, aka I can't move or reposition. Let's use an item. Free action. We're going to move to the side. There we go. Dodge that attack. Just like that. So we're using some items to kind of give us out some jams, but that's okay. Alright, now he's re-merging. Yeah. I can blast him a little bit, but again, I keep that free, that 1 meter full so I can use an item. Using items also use up those meters. I got a pot shot on there. See if I can take out one of these engines. Cool. Alright, I got enough to at least heal myself, because this hurts a lot, as you've seen. Like, my heal doesn't even fully heal me from that. It sucks. Surf. Heal. It's a bit of a conservative play I'm doing here right now, but just it keeps me up. And I think it works well too, so I should be able to only have to take one of those, yeah, take one of those attacks and kind of bring this guy down. Yeah, you go ahead and separate, and then we're going to just beat the pig out of you. Shirt face. Let's go. It helps that I faced this guy once before and lost, so I at least knew what I was getting into going into this. Now we just unload. come down? Not quite, not quite. That will. Some sort of ancient machine creature thing. Did I hurt your feelings? Oh, that's it? We done? That all you got? Alright. All things considered, used 2 items and kind of kept ourselves up pretty well. Not bad. Not a bad battle. Wasn't rated very high, but not a bad battle. Just took some time. Maybe at the Black Ruins. Let's find out. We gave him the business. I said, what's your business? I said, here's some business. But you'll notice often in the aesthetic and themes of this game, there's sort of this blend of creature and technology. You get kind of a mixture of that and this sort of, is it Nomadic I'm thinking of? Oh, this door's open now. Really? Well, first thing I want to do is save. Then we'll go through that door. So you have a lot of transient folks just sort of in the game, like they travel town to town, or they live off the land sort of stuff. It's all very common with these characters. He didn't drop any items. What you'll notice too is probably the best way to think of this game is a good first, or like if you're going to play an RPG for the first time, this would kind of fit into that category. Just because you don't have to deal with party composition like you would with a traditional JRPG. You don't have a heavy reliance on rare drops and equipment loadouts. Like all the abilities I get are pretty much determined by the skill balance I have for my dragon and then just gaining levels. And then even the encounters themselves are fairly not simplistic necessarily, but I guess can't do that. But more of they are pretty straightforward, I would say. The elements in which makes an encounter difficult are more just position and maneuverability, and even then doesn't get super in depth like you would see with a tactics game. But there's enough depth there to kind of keep you hooked. So this is certainly a much more approachable, streamlined RPG experience. You would be watching Markiplier. Yeah, in a sense. Well, and I think at least New Doom, that is asking much more of the player in terms of juggling certain kinds of kills and finishers to actually replenish health and other aspects of your character, right? Which is usually ammo, health, and I think gas, pretty much. And so you're kind of juggling not only your weapons and armor types, but something must have been activated. But you're also juggling now your finishers just to keep your character from dying, really. So I think there's a little more nuance and complexity to Doom Eternal, especially compared to Doom 2016. Like Doom 2016 was a much more straightforward shooter experience. Okay. I mean, yeah, certainly with Doom Eternal, you have this blend of like demonic, organic, and technology. I think with Doom, it's more of a kind of a grotesque exaggeration of that technology, where it can like turn to horror-wise in a sense, as opposed to with like this, it's more of they're just one and the same. Like they're not like this blend. It's just they are one and the same. Technology and creature are just that. and that impacts the architecture of the game, the different kinds of actual monsters and creatures you encounter, things like that. That'd be my argument, at least. And you start developing these really cool structures and this architecture that from that sort of form. As you can see here with this tunnel, it's a very kind of bone skeletal sort of feel as you're going through this underwater tunnel. And it functions as just an underwater tunnel. You're not actually going under a creature necessarily. But you can get this kind of blend of many things to give a character to the world. And thus, when you are digging for, new ultimate weapon or whatever, which, there's an empire, of course, there's an empire entity in this game world. And they're seeking out this technology, these ancient ruins, these old weapons to uncover and to get power from and wisdom from. Kind of like, let's say, if you played Xenogears at all. I think Saga kind of does a lot of that too. But a lot of those similar themes. And there's a lot of JRPGs that do that, honestly. So it's certainly not foreign to anyone. So what are you doing here? That's fair. So, where's third key at? Okay, that's what they used to actually, yeah, it's understood. Oh, I guess I was supposed to play that text as I was kind of showing. Interesting. Yeah, and Phantasy Star Online, that's another good example. PSO has a lot of that. Phantasy Star in general. I mean, you always have this, especially a lot of Japanese RPGs. I mean, they're not the only ones, of course, but they certainly play those themes of this fascination with an old world, old technology, and trying to understand, leverage it, use it in some way, and how that kind of power and understanding can also corrupt. That's all very classic sort of themes you see in stories and such. Deactivate, blah blah blah. Well, I already dealt with that thing, so whatever. See if there's any other points of interest. Is there anything else out here that I missed? We're continuing our quest. Duh. Anything of interest over here? Ooh, there is an item I missed. A few items, maybe. Oh. Yeah, I think it was over my paternity leave. I played through Phantasy Star 1 on the Switch via the Sega Ages release. Which I always wanted to play the first Phantasy Star, so that was a good opportunity to do it. And it certainly is a bit rough with the old school JRPG mechanics, especially with grinding and such. But more so, oh man, I'm gonna have to like, what'd you target there? Oh, items. Right on. But oh, that was certainly a enlightening ride to go through. Like, I've played my share of old RPGs for sure, so that wasn't anything new. But it's more of a matter of, well, like with the Sega Ages version, they give you the option of removing some of the typically hard to get into mechanics of a retro JRPG, like the grinding and such. And so when you remove those aspects of the game and then you start playing through it, you realize that that's really the crux of how conflict is done in the game, things like that. And so without that, it becomes kind of a dull experience in a lot of ways. There we go. It's the final key to the seal. Well, let's unseal this and see what blows up. Unit. Unit. Let's see, where's that other spot at? There it is. Tech number 3 from deactivation. Final level completed. Hooray! I think. Confirmed. Serve system confirmed. All right. Oh yes, he will change during the time of day and all that. There's some really cool effects to really give some cool looks to the dragon, and he'll change color and shape over time as well as you level up, which is also pretty cool. Let's just go in and see what happens. Oh, that jerk. I mean, if you want to lose in a fight, I guess. Let's rock. This nonsense. That's okay, you can heal yourself all day if you want. I'm focusing on other ones first. Right? So we're gonna do this. Whoa. What's up, Sam? I can. Kind of just hanging out right now because Jackbox is kind of down. I'm playing Panzer Dragoon Saga on stream.
What's that?
Playing Panzer Dragoon Saga on stream.
Ooh.
I know. I haven't. I don't think I posted a link in anywhere specifically, but you should be able to go through the NFGL online channel.
I'm gonna switch off the voice then and just type.
All right, sounds good. Ow. Lasers suck. That's Sam, yeah. Your lasers mean nothing to me. So we're going to heal. So now your attacks are meaningless to me. That wasn't what I exactly wanted to do. That's what I wanted. Ah ha ha. That's the ticket. I got you. I see what you're doing here. Oh, what? Bull crap. I should be able to interrupt that. Fine. I'm gonna heal. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I set myself up to get hit. But that's okay. Oh, crap, crap, crap. I gotta move, 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 move. Oh, dang it. This is gonna hurt. Yep. Yeah, that hurt a lot. Alright, we're gonna heal. And I moved the wrong direction there. That was my bad. You're gonna pay for that. I do not appreciate those attacks. You enjoy a little bit of that, jerk. Just unload on you. Yeah. Yeah, eat that, dragon face. Knock, knock. Who's there? Joe face. Went the right direction this time. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's good not getting hit by that again. Oh, is that what you're gonna do? Don't think so, sir. Your dragon's in the way of my victory. But yeah, Sam, you missed the battle with the boss. That was wrecking me before. We solved that issue pretty quick. Got a better strategy. Oh, that's gonna hurt a little bit. That's a smart. Fine. Ooh, we're gonna need to move. Time to move. Yeah, I don't want any part of that. Oh, dang it. Fine, you want to do that? Alright, you want to do that? Cool, man. Fine. Oh, come on. There we go. Keyboarding be hard. What the crap is Lightning Storm? That's Lightning Storm. Holy crap. Heal. I understand what Lightning Storm is now. Got it. You tell me to drink more whiskey? Okay, let's go do that. I'll take your weak laser attack. Here's my laser attack. Oh, son. How about thick 900 damage on the tail? Let me charge and wait. This attack sucks. This attack hurts. How can you get away with doing that on the side, man? You're not even red. We'll stick around here for a bit. That's fine. Got move here called Oops All Berries! Oops All Berries! Bam! You've been caught in my whirlwind of pain. Please sit down, dragon. You look tired. You look worn out. Take a break. It's because we're playing a patient game. Patient game. Oh, better heal? Cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage because I can't avoid that damage. Warn me of what? Yeah, good warning. There's a warning for you. This is when we both fall into the place together, and then we discover we have more in common than we initially thought. I think this is how love happens. You tell me we're on the same side?
残りがいることを知らせてどうする。敵の数が増えるだけだ。奴らには目も耳もない。じっとしていれば通り過ぎていく。
Oh, there's little crabbies.
銃を下ろせ。
こっちへゆっくり出てこい。銃を下ろすかどうかはそれから決める。
出られるならとっくに出てる。
助けてもいいぞ。塔への道を教えてくれるのならな。
すでに塔への入り口は封印した。そんなことより生き延びる方法を考えろ。
生き延びる方法？どういう意味だ？
ここの構成生物の戦闘能力はかなりのものだ。一人で戦って勝てる相手ではない。私もこの足だからな。とても脱出は無理だ。
Dang.
一時休戦ってことか。いいだろう。だけど地上に出られるまでだ。それにあんたには聞きたいことが山ほどある。
その前にここを早く離れた方がいい。聞こえるだろう。裏側に起動スイッチがある。それを押せば動く。
Oh, right, power switch. Right.
戦闘装備作動。その銃とシンクロさせる。私が船をコントロールする。敵が来た時の処理は任せる。ドラゴンをコントロールできるのならできるはずだ。
She just told me to Bluetooth pair my gun to the ship. That's what it kind of sounds like.
で、これからどうするんだ？
ここからさらに下のドームに地上へ直接出られるエレベーターがある。
つまりそこまで行ければ、ここを抜け出せるってわけだな。
そこまで無事にたど
Hey
り
Sam, can you do a favor for me? Can you see if we can, if you can connect to a Jackbox server at all? Oh. Fort sank. Oh, great. Super duper. Ah. Check to see if there's any updates on the Jackbox debacles. Oh sweet, it's back up. So, Panzer Dragoon Saga is cool and all, guys. But should we play some Jackbox games? I think Jackbox games Also because I just hit a save point. And we just beat some bosses, so, you know, good times all around, right? Right? Only for Sam to validate this for me. And James, you should see, I can send it to you through Slack as well if you want, but if you want to be on a voice chat at all during Jackbox, I have a Discord server set up for that. That's your call. If you don't want to, that's cool. You can even just do text on Discord if you want, but that is available. And apparently, Sam, for OBS, the newer versions, you can actually link various streaming accounts to OBS itself. So like instead of having to put in an actual stream key for setting up a stream, you just use your account credentials and it takes care of that for you, which has been pretty cool. I ended up doing that on my Windows, my main desktop for streaming the Jackbox stuff. So I was like, I don't have to copy and paste keys or anything. Cool. Waiting for Sam to say it. Tell me it's true that we did it. Maybe so. Come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, no whammies. Tell me it's true, tell me it's true. I think we played almost an hour of Panzer Dragoon Saga here, which ain't too bad. Got some good reps in there. Oh man, come on. Come on, Sam. You don't have Jackbox on the ready all the time? What? Yes, yes it is. And you should be able, like, I would think the Chromebook has a mic built in. That's all you should really need at that point. I think the wife would also appreciate doing some Jackbox, as you can imagine. Yeah, James, what you may have to do, you may have to go into settings for Discord and allow the browser to access your mic and or webcam that might be connected. However, whatever those might be. And then you should be able to configure from there to use the chat channels and all that. Yep, okay. So, ending this stream, I'll be back in a bit with some Jackbox, and we're going to Jackbox it up, boys and girls, so see you in a bit. What?